reels we post twice a day, 10 a.m. and then 3 p.m. And then we do a 10 plus minute long form Monday through Saturday, and then we post the full content on Sunday at 9 a.m.
What I like, what I'm watching happen is that the consistency and the authenticity that I get from watching you guys.
Brandon was trolling me, messing around, talking about how he hates Tucker Carlson, right? And it was all BS. And in the clip that we posted about that, he literally goes,
What we're sharing today is kind of the behind the scenes of what's going on. You know what I mean?
we're breaking the fourth wall all the time here.
Do it.
Welcome to Lunatics and Legends. We're making content live. This is unscripted, live, and what is the other thing, Gov?
Direct. So we basically were talking about how I get spammed like crazy on Telegram and WhatsApp, and it's always the same formula. It's, oh, hey, Barbara, I got those pictures of you. How were the girls? And then you respond
if they say how are the girls, it's way
all right,
too
yeah,
American.
go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, we're freestyling, right? Aren't we supposed to interrupt each other? I got to piss you off. So, of course, everybody, including myself, that is witnessing and seeing the growth and the numbers being like what I believe everybody desires, because I do as well. What has been like the main thing you guys think that you've done, to get to this point? Is it the consistency? Was it the...
So Brandon and I kind of talked about this when we first started the podcast, and it was like, the audience is going to forgive you because you're brand new. You don't have to record in 4K. Like, the lighting doesn't have to be perfect. And we kind of discussed it, and I was like, dude, we could be months, if not years ahead of people if we do this the right way. If we come out the gate strong and we launch the right way, looking good content, etc., it will drive them to come watch us. It's aesthetically pleasing. Let's go with this. I have to say, I didn't shit on the idea of the gold and black when we were first talking about it, but you were like, no, I love that look. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. I could see that looking good, but wasn't what I was thinking. I think we just go black all the way around. Couldn't be happier that you chose that, because now it's a theme. Now it's, somebody scrolling past and they see the gold and black and they're like, oh yeah, that's Lunatics and Legends.
What's really funny is that I actually, after we got it up, I kind of started to drift away from it and wanted to go all black. And Eddie's like, no, I love it now. It's part of the thing. So I don't have energy on it. Like, I don't like it, because you're right. All the other podcasts have the same wooden slat backgrounds with a picture and a couple of plants and books, and it's all the same generic looking stuff. And this just doesn't look like that. So I'm happy with it now. Like, I kind of like dip back to really liking it.
Yeah. Well, and it's become the brand, right?
I like the color contrast, because of the name. It's like, the first time that I heard it, I was like, Lunatics and Legends, like what? And then I identified with it. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. So the black and the gold to me gives me the diversity, like right. Which one is the lunatic, which one is the legend? Right. I mean,
and we don't say, right?
Right.
It's up to the viewer to decide who's a lunatic and who's a legend, or both.
Mm-hmm. Even in the logo.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know which one is the lunatic or which one is the legend. I mean, maybe the legend is the gold part, I would think, because inspires that resiliency and royalty.
Gold doesn't tarnish, but yet also a lot of legends have been cast in stone as well.
And a lot of stoic figures are known to kind of be more reserved and kind of hang out back in the shadows and not be shiny. Yeah. It's I love the opportunity for interpretation based on the person and how they're experiencing the content in the moment.
Right.
True.
So I guess kind of the formula of success that we've seen, and we're not some big timers, but this podcast is still being ran by Brandon and I. Everything that gets done, my girlfriend pitches in. I shouldn't say that. However,
friend of the show,
huge friend of the show, big fan of her. From what I've seen, like the key to success that from what we've had has largely just been, it's when I find a story that I find interesting, right? Somebody that I know has done a crazy thing, and then I want to talk to him about it. We get clippable moments in because we record for hours, and then we cut it down to, a palatable hour and 20 minutes or so on the long form. However, there are scenes where it's like, oh, that's something that people are going to want to hear.
Right.
And consistency. We post twice a day. We post at 10 a.m. Reels we post twice a day, 10 a.m. and then 3 p.m. And then we do a 10 plus minute long form Monday through Saturday. And then we post the full content on Sunday at 9 a.m. Like all of the long form comes out at 9 a.m. So we do this to build the consistency, right? We're staying in people's feeds. People are responding to it. So as long as we keep bringing quality content, the lighting, the cameras, the sound, all of that's covered. We don't have to worry about that. We have future-proofed that, right? We have all of the things that we need to continue looking good and sounding good, right? The biggest thing for us now at this point is how to handle the back end, all the office stuff, and where to branch out to. Should we start a Patreon? Should we not? Because do we have the time for it? We're launching another company separate of this, Helix Pure, and that takes up a lot of time as well. And we're rebuilding the website, and the website just dropped, and so our time is the most valuable thing that we have right now because we don't have enough of it. But yet I also have to play this juggling game of like, okay, get all the things posted, make sure that they're, written properly and everything like that. Make sure they're posted at the right time. Make sure I'm not switching the files, make sure like Meta will only allow you to upload long form content if it's under 10 gigabytes. So here I am promising everybody, hey, the Raul Mendez whole story is going to be dropping at 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. And I go to upload it and it gets all the way to the end. And it's like, hey, file's too large.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not.
It was. But so we ended up having to render it in 1080p. And so I was like, okay, this will be done by 3 p.m. Didn't get done by 3 p.m. I ended up randomly posting it the moment that it finally uploaded at like 5 p.m. And I was like, okay, go. And it did really well. However, there's just a ton of different things that like we get caught up in doing all this, and then navigating, 2 different successful launches, right?
Yeah.
So for me right now is wanting to spend the time. I mean, it boils down to we need to hire somebody that knows how to do this stuff, right? Because they're going to do way better than we can. However, also being able to get content acquisition, because I need to be out there meeting people. I need to, and people reach out to me in like DMs on Facebook and Instagram, and they're just like, hey, I got this story. And, I kind of suss that out and talk with Brandon about it. And, there's some stories out there that I'm like, I would pay attention to that. I love what you're doing. I appreciate what you're doing. But then there's also ones where it's like, cool, call me in 6 months on that.
Right.
Like, because I love what you're doing. You're attempting to build this thing, but you're really just in the planning phase right now.
Well, what I like, what I'm watching happen is that the consistency and the authenticity that I get from watching you guys, it's what keeps me coming back. You know what I mean? And because of the choice of the people that you guys are interviewing and the consistency of the delivery. I know that when I'm scrolling, I see you, I'm going to stop for a few seconds there and check it out. You know what I mean? Do I watch the whole thing? Is this or what's going on? Or am I watching the whole thing on YouTube?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the part of it that is really inspiring to me as I also thriving or, striving to do better on the social media world, is to see somebody that has perceivably, like overcome the hurdle, like has gone over the hump, that is in a place now that is just like not maintenance, but it's just like it is expansion. It's not, you're not pioneering anymore. And that's the part that is motivating, because when you can see something that it starts reaching momentum, everybody wants to be a part of it.
Yeah.
The pioneering sucks. It's like the bell curve, right? The pioneering is like when the bell curve is still flat. And then as soon as that thing starts to go, now it's going, and this is what I feel that you guys are in that place, and the discernment to be able to see like, okay, we are here, and the presence should be like, and now what? Like, do we need to hire somebody else or whatever? Well, none of that mattered until you got here.
Right.
And I know so many people that don't even get there because they think that, oh, what am I can't do it alone. I'm going to need to hire somebody. I need support, and is that a lack of conviction in themselves, or is that the lack of conviction into the project? Because I see what you were doing, you're telling me like, the selection process of the people that you're interviewing is because the people the stuff that you want to watch.
Yeah.
And that's awesome, because that to me shows integrity, and not that you're selling out to the algorithm, or, oh, this is trending right now, let's go talk about that.
Yeah. And it like, so, I'll do a lot of analysis and stuff like that. And like, here's, the transcripts from the show, what's resonating, etc. And so it's not as though we don't see where the target demographic is. It's not as though we don't see like what conversations are spicy, like get people riled up, etc. Like Brandon was trolling me, messing around, talking about how he hates Tucker Carlson, right? And it was all BS. And in the clip that we posted about that, he literally goes, I really have no energy on it. I just say that because it pisses you off. There was like 30 people on Instagram that were just like, that guy's a douchebag, and like, F that guy, Tucker Carlson's the greatest.
Right.
Oh, you smug piece of crap, Tucker Carlson would beat the crap out of you. And that cracks me up, because they're just talking trash. They have no idea that Brandon is 6'4", and how much do you like?
Yeah,
you're a big dude.
Shreds.
And these guys are like, Tucker Carlson himself would be like, no, not a chance. But my whole point is that like these guys were just, they get so triggered on Instagram. Facebook people are just like, yeah, old Tucker was this, and I feel this way about him. And Instagram, they just, shut up, you're stupid.
The second they get triggered on a comment or on a clip, you can see exactly where it happens.
Yeah.
Like, this is where they stopped listening. Right here. And the comment is an absolute derivative of it. And it's fantastic. It's like, wow, like, okay, you like Tucker. Awesome. Yeah, cool. But I don't think that anybody needs to be that fired up about Tucker Carlson, maybe about other topics.
Right. Right.
Well, what's really interesting, is that I really love watching humans and human behaviors and the things that triggers us, and to see like, we are kind of like, what we're sharing today is kind of the behind the scenes of what's going on. You know what I mean?
We're breaking the fourth wall all the time here.
Do it.
Yeah. It's like, we know that if you say certain things and you trigger certain things, you're going to have a certain reaction. Now, all of that is done without compromising your ego or your integrity.
Right.
So because of that, it looks so authentic. Yeah. And then people want to fight because how can you be so sure about this? You are wrong.
Right.
You know?
And we didn't post that to troll the audience. I just thought it was a really funny exchange between Brandon and I. Mm-hmm. Unbeknownst to me, these people just got fired up. And I told a story that actually happened to me. I was doing my homework, met some dude who was a retiree. We were both smoking outside of a breakfast chain. And it's like 1 a.m. Dude comes out. He's just like, yeah, I just got out of the Air Force. I was like, dude, so did I. Retiree. He's like, I retired as well. And we start chatting, and he's just like, yeah, there is underground tunnels that run from LA to Phoenix. And when they were building those, like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you were there? And he's like, no, but I got debriefed on this. And like, he's like, I'm telling you, man, you know, but see you later. And that's it. That was the story. That's all. It was just a throwaway, like, hey, this weird thing happened to me.
Right.
Oh my God. The people on Facebook, they're like, that's such a crazy story. I want to hear more about this. And I'm like, I wish I had more. Mm-hmm. You know, I can go down a rabbit hole that I haven't witnessed. However, you know, I wish I had more of that story. I'd love to have that dude on, right? And then a bunch of people were like, oh, this was from Phil such and such. I don't remember his last name. He told this story. And I'm like, okay, cool, you know? But then you get on Instagram and people are just like, yeah, bullshit. Oh, you guys saw each other's IDs. Never happened. Total cap. And like just running their mouths, right? And there was one guy that got me, and he got me really good. This is the Lunatics and Legends podcast. We fully endorse Mark Lamb for Congress and CD5 here in Arizona.
Make sure to get out there and vote in the primaries July 21st from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m.
See you there.